Alright, you have seen this before. I'm on the hunt for some plants. I am looking for some California native plants. I'm not very hopeful of finding them in the nursery that I'm going to, maybe a few. And the other thing that I am looking for are some plants for the section where we put in a dry stream bed. So maybe I'll put a few natives in there and some succulents and cactus. So I am heading to Armstrong Nurseries. Let's see what we can find there. It's a beautiful day out today. It's November 6th and right now it's about 68 degrees. Okay, here we are at Armstrong Nurseries. Okay, let's see what we can find. I probably won't film too much in here. Okay, $136 later, and I am on my way home. And I had success. They had California native plants. They were a little pricey. I think I could probably get them cheaper elsewhere, but there are not that many places close to me that sell native plants. So I was really happy that Armstrong carried some. So that is good news, and we'll go over them when I get home and I'll show you what I purchased. Here are all the plants I purchased. I'm doubting whether some of them are actual natives, but I also purchased 2 additional plants, and there are some succulents. So we'll go over these right now. This plant might not look like much, but it's a very important plant. It is Asclepius fascicularis, and it's also known as the narrow leaf milkweed. And this plant is really important for monarch butterflies, for the survival of monarch butterflies. They lay their eggs on this plant, and then the caterpillars will eat most of the plant. And this plant is also usually very heavy with aphids. You do not want to spray because the caterpillars and other insects will eat those aphids. And now it is poisonous, but the monarch caterpillar has adapted to this plant and it will not harm the caterpillars. So to help with the declining population of the monarch butterflies, I recommend this milkweed plant. This milkweed, narrowleaf milkweed, is native to California. Now this one, it does say right on the label that it is a California native. And here is the name of the plant. I will not try and pronounce it. But this I thought was really pretty, and it gets really fine purple flowers. Okay, this is a perennial. It says the height is 6 to 8 inches, width 8 to 12 inches. Flower is blue. I'd say it's more purple. And it needs full sun to partial shade, well draining soil. Now I was told when you plant California natives not to churn your soil or amend the soil. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant it as is. I do have clay soil. And as I mentioned before, this is the first part of November, and we should be getting our rains pretty soon, which will be great. Now this one, I am not sure if it is actually a California native plant. It was in the native section. I looked it up on the Calscape website, and this plant was not listed, but it's really pretty. And it kind of reminds me of a Dusty Miller, and it is in the Dusty Miller family. Now let me see where I can find this here. Okay, it's the Centaurea Mercury plant. And it says large silver white incised leaves. Forms tidy rosettes to make the perfect silver accent for both gardens and container plantings. Used as a filler for brightly colored flowers or blue or cool blues combination. It needs full to partial sun, low maintenance, height it looks like 10 inches to 16, 10 inches high and 16 inches wide. At least that's what it looks like. It's hard to read, but I thought this was really a pretty plant. Now this is a real pretty plant. This is the Achillea Moonshine. This is in the Yarrow family. And yesterday, right away when I brought it home, there was a bee already checking this plant out. Okay, so this, easy to grow, tolerant of poor soil and drought conditions. That's what I like. Bright yellow flower heads are striking against silvery foliage. Fertilize and water as needed. Now, supposedly you also are not supposed to fertilize your native plants. They do just fine without it, but we'll see how it goes. And then later I'll show you where I'll be planting those. Those will be in another video, but I think the flowers on here are really pretty. Okay, let's see what else we have. This is Scabiosa Butterfly Blue. And check out the flowers here. Really pretty. Okay, here we go. Here's the tag. And let's see if it says anything on the side here. Nope, doesn't give you much information. I think it does need a little bit of a moist soil, and if you plant it inland, you're going to need some partial shade, preferably in the afternoon, because our summers get really hot here, and we are in zone 10A. Okay, now here, this is Encelia californica. It's kind of like a daisy. You can see that. Now this doesn't give much information either, and I'll have to check this one out on the Calscape website. And there is another website for nationwide. The reason why California has its own website is because we have so many different microclimates within the state. Okay, here we go on this one. This is the Verbena, lilacina, Paseo Rancho, a fast-growing, mounding ground cover to 3 to 4 feet tall to 5 feet wide. Masses of light pink flowers nearly year-round. That's nice. Prefers full to mostly sun exposure, perfect, average to good drainage, and light to average watering. So here is the flower here. This is an Echeveria nodulosa. I had not seen a plant like this before. I think the purple stripes on here are really, they're striking. Okay, now it says its exquisite red markings define the interior and edge. Perfect for rock gardens and containers. Hardy zone 10 to 11, 30 down to 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now here we have flowering Christmas cactus, and it's Schlumbergia. Let's see what it says here. Thor Celine. And a beautiful succulent with notched leaves and trumpet-shaped blooms. Feed once every month during growing season. Water allows soil to dry between waterings. Soil is all-purpose mix. Now here I'll show you my Thanksgiving cactus. It's right here, and you can see, here I'll show you. I think I have some blooms getting ready to bloom out, flower out. So that is that. Okay, so that is it for now. That's everything that I have here. And In another video, I'll show you where I'll be planting these, and I might also put them, you know, in the dry stream bed that I have out in the front. In fact, I think most of these will go out in the front except for the milkweed that I have back here. Okay, thank you for watching. Check back with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.